Hey binder fans, Jeff here at IH Parts America, here to talk about our little hell on wheels, our 62 for Scout 80 that is supercharged. So one day I saw an ad on Facebook Marketplace for this little Scout being sold locally. Went down, took a look at it. It was a widow selling it, bought it, nicknamed it the Widowmaker Project, and my idea was to finish it and flip it. Well, I started digging into this thing. It needed a lot, just like any other Scout would at something of this age. So started by taking the original body off, throwing it off to the side, putting this body on it because it was just in much better shape. The original one looked like it'd been rolled, and rewired it. And by the time I got all done, I was like, man, I had so much time in it. There's no way I could sell it for what I had into it. I mean, I just would lose my butt. So I decided to keep it and use it as an R&D vehicle here for the shop because we didn't have a little Scout 80 to use to test parts on and stuff. So we kept it, and it really was just, you know, what's under there is just a mishmash of parts. It's got the little 93 horsepower, 152 4-cylinder, T93 speed, Dana 18 transfer case. It is a Dana 44 in it from a later Scout. And again, that's why I call it a 62-fer, because this is a 62 body on a 64 chassis, which was the original name. And then I changed the name from Widowmaker to Hell on Wheels because the driver's side wing window had that little sticker right there saying Hell on Wheels. That was vintage, and I'm like, it just fit. I go, there's no way that this Scout is Hell on Wheels, but we're gonna call it that anyway. So that's what I've called it ever since. We've used this vehicle to designing our power steering conversion kit, for our tie rod kit. It's got a mishmash of our lift kit parts on it, just testing various things through the years. One day I decided to throw a Sniper 1-barrel on it, and that was because I just couldn't get any better than like 37 miles an hour up this hill on our local highway coming from the house to the shop. So put the Sniper on and gained about 3 miles per hour. It was running much better. I'm still running an original Delco distributor in it, but it does have a Pertronix in it at this point. I had started with points. So I was making little improvements to try to get more power. Well, one day I was on irate 4x4 and this talk of this PandAir Supercharger that was found on Amazon for like 360 bucks. I went to Amazon, boop, 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 typed it in, found it, ordered one, and it came. So kind of sat on it for a while as I used this Scout at home a lot for getting feed for the goats, and I was building a fence this last winter, so it was kind of a workhorse hauling material around and stuff, and I couldn't afford to have it down. But there was a time period when it was raining a bunch, I wasn't working on the fence, brought it in, and I started on the mount for the little supercharger, and ended up taking an AC compressor bracket from like a later Scout 2 and mounting it on there, and had to remove the oil fill tube and stuff. But anyways, finally got it to fit, made an adapter bracket, got the PandAir Supercharger mounted, got the appropriate belt on there. Then I went on to eBay and got the blow-off valves from like China, like 30-40 bucks. From there I found a Scout 2 upper radiator hose, fit contour perfect, found a little carburetor hat, as I call it, for that hose to hook up to. So anyways, a little mishmash of parts, and next thing you know, I got the supercharger hooked up. Been running it, and boy, let me tell you, I went from like 40 miles an hour up the hill to like 63 miles an hour, and I was having to let off because the engine was pinging. Amazing how much more power it has. Gaining, I've seen as high as 7 pounds of boost on it on like a long downhill straightaway at like well over 4,000 RPM. But typically I'm seeing like anywhere from 2 to 5 pounds of boost coming out of it. Future modifications, I do have a new distributor from Hamilton Fuel Injection we're going to install in it, and that'll give us full timing control so that I can work around it, getting that ping to go away, but yet getting the ultimate timing curve out of it that we can. The other thing is we're working on is a 5-speed conversion to eventually put an AX15 5-speed behind this. Working on a prototype setup right now that's using multiple adapters, very expensive. Definitely nothing that we're going to probably sell, but again, we're experimenting to see how it comes out. It is a test vehicle after all. We do have one of our new CPT stainless steel fuel tanks. We'll be going in it with an in-tank fuel pump for the Sniper fuel injection. So those are some little upgrades to it. Might throw some fresh tires on it. They're pretty old and cracked, but otherwise, little Scout runs pretty good, and I think let's hop in it and we'll go for a little drive and show you what it does. test drive of our little 152 powered supercharged hell on wheels 62 for Scout. Hope you guys liked it. Again, if you want to come on out, we're going to have this thing at Rocky Mountain Rendezvous this week in Gunnison, Colorado. You can check it out, give you a little test run. You can see how it does in the higher altitudes. Otherwise, we appreciate watching our video. Hope you like it. Please subscribe to our channel. We're going to have more vehicles coming out soon, part of our fleet. You'll probably see the Travelall. Maybe we'll get a little video on Hideous, on Zade's Terra, the Monstera, our little black 1980 Terra, all the different ones from the fleet. We, kind of tell you guys about them and what we do with them all the time. We do use them for the business, and of course the big blue Travelall as well. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next episode.